Legendary Gamers.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another exciting StarCraft 2 Shoutcast. I'm going to be your announcer today, Mr. Worm. Today we are into the round 3 of the ESL EPS Winter 2012. This is going to be the last round of the season for now. Today we have got Mouse Hasu spawning as the red Protoss here on the right hand side, and his opponent today is going to be ESC Monchi. Spawning as the green Protoss on the left-hand side. Now, I've cast a couple of these games. I've cast several of these games, actually. Pretty much all of the ones from this series. And I love watching Monchi's playstyle. Monchi has I want to say, a very flexible playstyle, because you never know what he's going to do. You don't know whether he's going to fast expand, or whether he's going to, do some kind of 4-gate play, or 3-gate, robo to fast Colossus. I've seen him do everything, and I've seen almost identical builds out of Hasu. So this is going to be especially interesting because it's going to be PvP versus two very flexible, very versatile players. So let's see exactly how this plays out. I like that. I like the queued up worker directly into gateway. Very good from both of them. Almost identical timings. Probe going out, just double check, make sure there's no sneaky probe sitting in the back there. Very intelligent play there. Going ahead and getting his gas. So these are identical builds. I mean, mirror builds. The timing is almost completely identical. When you see two professional players playing identical builds, and I do mean absolutely identical builds, like Hasu. What's he doing? Pylon? Okay, cool. Very cool. Okay. I'm actually surprised he didn't put it in the gas. Sometimes people don't like to put it in the gas because it can actually get easily sniped, but Hasu likes probably this one down here. That way, if he wants to reinforce on low ground, I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't see something similar from Monchi or see it going up in here. There is going to be the Cybernex core coming down for Monchi just a little bit earlier, and he does look like he's going to be taking his second gas. So Cybernex core into double gas, whereas Hasu has decided to go for the early Zealot and put out the Cybernex core just a little bit, just to get that early defense out and see if he can't deny these probes. Of course, he's not going to be able to, because Monchi manages to get a probe in there very, very early, and he's going to get a real good scout of the entire area. So I'm a little interested. Here comes Hasu's second gas, actually, as well. So it looks like they're going to be about identical timing, and that Zealot going to come out and chase away that probe, and Monchi's going to be forced to fall back. The Stalker for Hasu is going to be chrono boosted out at a considerably earlier timing, so Monchi's going to be a little late on that. However, Hasu's spending a lot of his chrono boost on this gateway instead of on the Cybernetics core, so his gateway tech should be a little behind Monchi at that point, which means that Monchi is going to be able to do additional reinforcements, obviously considerably faster. And it does look like he's got his stuff queued up directly outside the base. And we've got a Stalker and a probe running around here. I'm a little curious where Hasu's going to place this pylon. I suspect this pylon's probably going to go down right here. This allows for really, really quick reinforcements, and this is just kind of the place where we normally see these. And out comes the Stalker. Now Stalker versus Stalker battle. And of course Hasu goes, he got the first shot off, so there's no way I'm going to really win this one. And Zealot up here for Hasu, just making sure that none of the probes got up in here and are putting down that pylon. And it looks like Monchi is going out right now to try to get that down. Oh, did he get vision? He did get vision. Okay, so he does know that probe is there, and he's going to go up and try and snipe off that probe. Because the Zealot has already retreated to his middle, so this Stalker is going to come up here and snipe off this probe to make sure that pylon doesn't go down. And it does look like it is going to be Dark Templar here for Monchi. So early DT Shrine, and it is already building, so this is going to be kind of bad if Monchi cannot get a forward pylon. He has to get a forward pylon. This is not going to be good enough. It's just not going to be good enough. Especially not with... Oh, actually, there is no detect on the ground here for Hasu. So he's going to need some kind of detection, some kind of a cannon or forge. He's got to go the route of detection. It looks like there's a little bit of play here in the middle. I don't really anticipate too much aggression because Hasu's got a decent-sized army. Looks like they're just going to peck at each other, play a little, you know what, I think I can hold this type of play. Yeah, Monchi's got a little more shield damage so he's going to be forced to retreat, at least until he can get a zealot. And Hasu has decided, you know what, I think I can get a sneaky little pylon in this forward corner here. So it looks like a 4-gate coming down for Hasu, and it is going to be a strong, nasty blink play 4-gate here. Let's see if monchi can hold this off, ladies and gentlemen. Some real good micro here for Hasu. As he blinks forward, trying to take out some of these stalkers, there is this one zealot that's following left with one single shot in it. And he's keeping it to the back. Oh, what beautiful blink play. Now he is up in the base of monchi, taking down his pylons. If he can get just a couple of DTs out, he's got 2 DTs, but he's going to lose every single worker. And if he loses every single worker, he's going to lose this game. Robotics Bay is coming down for Hasu, so he is going to have no problem defending against these Dark Templar. And no matter how many times monchi keeps trying to put this pylon back up, they just keep blink and popping this pylon to keep these buildings powered down. And I suspect we're probably going to see that again here in a second. I don't think he cares. I think he's just like, you know, screw it. I'm gonna split it up and go for the workers. No, he did try to get that pylon again, but he's taken a lot of damage here. He needs to get some more reinforcements in here, but without some kind of detection, and he has yet to build the observer yet because the robotics bay has yet to finish. So he could fall back at this point and still be fairly safe and in a pretty good lead. Let's take a look at the worker count here, 23 to 14. So it does look like there were a lot of probes lost, and Hasu's just like, yeah, screw it, I'll go back in. There's really no need to retreat from this. I've got blink. I can blink away my guys. I can blink up here. I can blink to the left, blink to the right. I can blink anywhere. Hey, what are you going to do? Warping a stalker? That's no good. Now I'm going to snipe off more of your probes. And this is just beautiful harassment. We've actually got a couple of stalkers that have been abandoned down here, and a couple down here doing a lot of harassment. I'm sorry, those are the same stalkers. They blink down the low ground. And a bunch of zealots that are going to take out this expansion. You know, and monchi has got to keep this. If he doesn't keep this, there's no way that he can keep up with the probe production. So that is pretty much death right there for monchi. He is pretty much, I hate to say it, but, you know, all for naught. He's pretty much lost his game. There comes the observer. There go the DTs. And I really just can't see any conceivable way that monchi can get back in this game at this point. He's going to lose all his economy. He's going to lose all his supply. He's only got one available, and monchi forced a GG out of this game. He did a really good attempt there with the Dark Templar play. It did do a lot of damage to Hasu's standing army. The problem was because he lost that forward pylon, excuse me, over here, the forward pylon over here, he was not able to get any Dark Templars back into the actual worker line. I think he may have actually got one in here, and I can only guess that by the rally point here, but it probably didn't do a whole lot. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, 17 to 14. So he managed to get a couple of kills. I believe he was up to 24 before the end of that game. So yeah, Dark Templar did a bunch of work. However, you know, Hasu didn't really need the workers anymore. He had such an economic lead at that point that he can just force the issue, push in, take them out. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you guys after the break.